So the story regarding Tyrone Davis Jr., his girlfriend LuLu, and their cabin trip that turned deadly last Christmas is now taking a turn.
This is the nurse and her husband that tried to help my cousin.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
Okay, fiance.
You want to say what you initially saw?
He had a pulse. Okay. He was breathing. I opened up his pupils to make sure his pupils were good. They were normal. Okay. He was kind of moving around a little bit, like he was kind of disoriented. And I kept saying, hey, I'm a nurse. My name's Brandy. Can I help you? No response.
The couple allegedly left the cabin where many say an argument started. They got a hotel room. After getting the hotel room, they went to the Papa John's Pizza on Archer Road. They continued down Archer Road for 4 stoplights, ultimately leading him to this bridge. However, at some point, the couple ended up turning around and ending up on the opposite side of the road and under the bridge on this side, which is where he was later found unconscious. But why did they turn around? Allegedly, according to LuLu, he jumped out there underneath the bridge and she ended up here waiting for him at the Circle K, where she thought he would return, but he didn't. It looks like she still had a visual. She saw an ambulance in that direction and she returned.
5 o'clock, we left Texas Roadhouse, like 5:02. We were at this light behind a car.
Yes.
There was a red car in front of us. There was another guy involved too.
Yes, I talked to him.
Okay, you talked to him?
Yes,
Okay,
I have
good.
his information.
He pulls forward and he stops. I'm like, what's this guy doing? And I honk and he turns his blinkers on. Like, okay, he's not working. We go around, we see someone's in the road. She's a nurse, so we immediately pull over.
So where were you not to stop y'all?
We were in this lane.
His outside
His
lane?
car would have been right here.
He had the flashers on.
He has flashers. We got here, we see his body. He was up there about 15 feet.
Yep.
We get out. She immediately runs over. I had gloves in the car. She's checking him. You want to say what you initially saw?
He had a pulse.
Okay.
He was breathing. I opened up his pupils to make sure his pupils were good. They were normal. Okay. He was kind of moving around a little bit, like he was kind of disoriented. And I kept saying, hey, I'm a nurse. My name's Brandy. Can I help you? No response. Kind of just kept moving around a little bit.
While she was on the ground, I was surveying the area. One of the things I want to mention, I believe you said he always had 2 phones on him?
Yes. 3.
He had 3. Oh, 3.
Yes, 3.
He had a this is what I thought was suspicious, is there was his wallet and his phone. There was about $15 in cash, like, laid out like this, as if to show this wasn't a robbery. It looked like someone set it there, like all nice. The wings were right by his feet. They hadn't been opened. The pizza was all over the road. The other thing I want to say, why was the car going this way if the pizza place is down that way?
Right.
That's the important thing I wanted to relate.
That's a
They
possibility.
should not have been coming that way
And the
with fresh
hotel is
food.
this way.
And their hotel was over here.
Yes.
So they were coming back, which didn't make sense with that story.
Papa John's is right here. They end up going down Archer Road, traveling. Here's the bridge where he was left under, but on the opposite side. She ends up coming back and then ending up here at the Circle K.
But we called
Thank you.
We called 911. By the way, I heard the report there was a homeless person who saw something. I was standing here. I didn't see anybody. So I just wanted to mention that.
Because we kind of thought that was a robbery or something like that. So we were trying to be super careful, wondering if there was anybody around. And we didn't see anybody. I told the guy that had pulled over, that had the flashers on, I told him, I said, call 911 right now.
Yeah. No, I said, have you called 911 yet? He said, no. I said, call right now.
And guess what?
So, what's
He
it?
reached out to me.
Good.
And he said that he was grunting when he
Yes.
walked
He said
over to
before
him.
you guys came.
As he pulled over, he saw paper in the road, so he slowed down. Then he saw a body. He said he thought it was a homeless person in the street, but he got out his car and realized the paper was money, not paper. And that's when he said he picked the money up to put it back in his wallet.
Okay, well, there you go.
So at the end of the
Maybe
day,
he
he
did
said
that.
you pulled up. But he said when he walked over to him, he was just grunting and moving.
Like kind of
We got
moving.
out right after he did, so
Yeah, so it's
very
right
little
there.
time.
Yes, very little time.
What I want you to
When
check
you
out.
say 15 minutes,
Hold on. I know exactly where he was, but what do you want me to
But
check
what
out?
I want you to check out is find out when 911 got the call and find out when the ambulance left, because she arrived about 2 minutes before the ambulance did. So if
Before
you,
the ambulance?
the ambulance was already here, and she showed up. And the thing that I talk about is I don't know if she was driving or someone else was driving. She alleges she was driving. I'm going to say this. I have a lot of first responders in my family. I've been in a lot of these situations. When someone has a loved one that's on the street like that, you come up and you're like, oh my God, what happened? Is he okay? I was up at the gas station. I was waiting for him. I sure hope he's okay. That's why I wanted to talk to you guys. She showed up to give her story to make sure it was set straight. It was not like, where is he? Is he okay? Let me in there with it. It was nothing. I was nothing like that. There was no concern on her at all. And I told that to the police at the moment. And
yes, and here's the thing. January 6th, Gainesville, Gilchrist. No, Gainesville, I'm targeting just y'all. I talked to this guy. He reached out to me right after it happened. I had 400 and something messages in my inbox going live. Something say on January 6th, check your messages. And the guy said I was the first one on the scene, and they joined me. They say the nurse was not my wife or my girlfriend. They came in another car afterwards. I said, let me ask you a question. Did you talk to the police? He said, I gave them my number. I gave the detectives and the police on the scene, and they never called to this day. They told the Davis family, we've been reaching out to him, but we couldn't get an answer. They also said that they wanted answers.
This is my cousin daddy, y'all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. So good.
Yes, God is in the mix. We asked the detective. We asked that first guy that arrived, witness number one.
Hold on for a minute. I want y'all to give me a briefing on what y'all were, what y'all saw.
Okay, we've been catching Tasha up. We were at this light. We come through. There was a car in front of us.
Hold on.
I am.
Okay,
He turned his blinkers on, so we went around him. We go around him, we see he didn't stop because his car was broken, but there was someone in the road. She's a nurse, that's her job. She says, we got to get out and help him. We get out. She goes up and helps him. I'm securing the scene, making sure it's safe. I didn't see anybody else around. We must have been there. I don't know the timeline. I gave Tasha some information that can help figure out the timeline.
Yes.
Because we called 911 less than a minute after the other gentleman called 911. Just a minute.
Yes, sir.
And she assessed him. She stabilized him. She made sure his neck was okay. We got him out of the road and moved him to the side.
Yes, sir.
I did see on the ground, right by him was his wallet with money sticking out, a cell phone. He had his wings. The pizza was all over the place. And what I told him is what I thought was weird is the pizza place is that way, and he had fresh hot food. Why were they going this way again if the hotel was over there? That didn't make sense to me.
There's a lot of things in this consistencies that don't make sense. Like I say, okay, go ahead.
Oh. So as we're there, we might have been there 15, 20 minutes. I don't know the timeline. The way to find out the timeline is find out when they called 911 and find out when the ambulance left to go to the hospital. You get that timestamp because she pulled up. I don't know if she was driving or someone was driving her. We did not look for that. She pulled up.
She as a who?
Kiarra.
I don't know.
Okay.
LuLu showed up. She didn't come up to us. She went up to him because they were putting him on the stretcher in the ambulance. And she had no concern in her voice. She had no... If she was on the side of the road and I drove up, I would be like, oh my God, what happened? Is he okay? She was not like that. She was there to get her story straight. That's all she did. She kept repeating. It's like she rehearsed in her mind. She's like, I'm going to get my story.
Tasha, come on. Go live. Let this man speak.
This is right here. This right here.
Hold on. Let him speak. Go ahead. Finish on what you were saying.
And that's what I was saying.
Repeat that last word.
It was the fact that she showed up. And by the way, she got that boot on her foot. She was moving pretty quick. She was not hobbling at all. But she went up to the ambulance just to say, oh, I was up at the Circle K. He was upset and got out of the car, and I was waiting for him for 5 minutes. It was no 5 minutes. It was close. She said they had an argument, and he was hot, and so he got out of the car. And that would make no sense to get out of the car right here. I am worried that if he got out of the car and she spun off, she might have bumped into him.
Hit the gas. That's
Hold
what.
on. Let him do his job.
And hit the gas. But again, we don't know. We did not see any of that.
Correct.
Now you saw.
I said go get something for his head.
I got a clean roll of paper towels. We put it to give him like a pillow.
Right. I didn't want his head to be laying on the ground.
Whenever we saw him, he could never speak. He was less conscious, but he went into a deeper state of unconsciousness. He looked like he was about to seizures.
Yeah.
So
And I asked LuLu, does he have any medical problems? Does he have diabetes? Does he have seizures? I said, said, does he have any kind of medical problems that the ambulance was know about? And she said, no, not that I know of.
And she was calm the entire time?
Oh yeah.
Did he have any
Keep going,
bruises?
not
Any
concerned at all.
bruises consistent with getting hit by a car?
The only no, I saw his legs. I had to move his legs off the street. I did not think he was homeless. He looked like he was in his PJs. He looked like he was comfortable.
Yes, sir.
He had on his sweats, and we moved him off the road. But there was no any sign, anything.
No signs of getting hit by a car.
The only thing on him
Was
the spot, which was
Right
like
here,
a brown spot.
and right here.
That's all we saw.
And I just love the
Hey, could that have been when y'all pulled him out the road? He got the scratches on
We
his
didn't pull him, but me and the other guy, we lifted him up to get him off the road safely and gently.
Because he was in the right lane.
Yeah, he was in the lane. Yeah.
So we moved him
So
over
prior
to
to
the
the paramedics arriving on the scene, where was the LuLu girl?
Well, we never saw her. She only pulled up the last 2 minutes before he left to go to the hospital. We stuck around until the ambulance went.
She told us that she saw the light.
We were here for a while, so we know it was 5:02 p.m. when we left the restaurant, so it was still daylight out, but the sun was setting quick. By the time we left, it was dark out.
About how long was the ambulance here?
Ambulance was maybe here less than 5. Well, maybe 7. They came over to help you, and then they put him on the stretcher and got him over there. So the ambulance was probably on scene about 7 minutes.
Real quick, real
It was
fast.
pretty quick.
And they took him in under John Doe.
But she said
I see. I don't know that because he had a wallet with him.
Yes, they did.
She
Now
said she
sometimes
saw the camera.
sometimes they do that to protect victims. They don't.
Yeah, you can ask the nurse. So they told us that he was under John Doe, but my brother was there. And then they moved him to a trauma name because they didn't know.
Which is normal for hospitals to do that if they think it's a suspicious something that's going
Thank
on.
you. Thank you
That
for
is
saying that.
normal from my perspective working in hospitals.
That was
So
my
once
one.
again,
To protect them.
Yes,
as a father, right? You telling me this girl said she didn't have no concern?
If this was my loved one, I'd be like, why is she so cold? She had no concern in her voice. She was
She
more
didn't
concerned.
contact us at all.
She was more concerned to getting her story straight so she wouldn't get in trouble. From my perspective.
I asked her who she was. I said, who are you? And she said, I'm his girlfriend. And I said, does he have any medical problems?
Wow.
But y'all didn't know where she came
Did the police contact you?
I can tell you, she came.
No.
Okay,
She
so
would've
there's the
had to-
question. They
she wasn't
said no, the
Circle K.
police
She
has not
would've had to come
contacted
up
them.
here, make a U-turn and come back. I don't know what
It's like a
prompted.
white SUV, wasn't it?
A white Infinity
White
truck.
Infinity truck.
That's it. Last scene.
That's it right there.
Right there.
That's it. That's her vehicle
That's
right
her
there.
That's her truck.
On Archer
Where she
Road.
got out of it, but it was a
I
passenger.
wasn't paying attention, but at that
She
point,
saw
this
it.
place was crawling with law enforcement and emergency services, so I wasn't watching.
I was
for that.
focused on Tyrone, and he was watching everything else.
Yeah.
And I want to thank y'all. I want to thank y'all so much because at the end of the day, we still just looking for answers.
Brother, do not lose faith in people.
I'm not.
I heard something you said, and it hurt my heart, and that's
Yes,
why I
sir.
wanted to talk to you because
Yes, sir.
there are good people out there.
There's so
We'll
many
stay
good people.
together.
We thank you.
Kiarra has the phone now. We don't have none of his belongings.
I want to say something and get this over with because I probably won't even make it to see my friend get buried the way y'all moving. I don't even want to be around no flow shit. T2 was popular, but he was an introvert. Like as many people he could be around and as much love as he could show, he still enjoyed being by himself more than being around people. And I see why now. The world flow. And common sense ain't too common no more. A lot of y'all just talking and dumb as fuck and don't understand how the law works, don't understand how an investigation works, don't understand that it ain't nobody, no witnesses are better than some witnesses. For a crime to be committed, there are certain things and parts that have to play along with each other for them to articulate a crime to charge somebody with. But if the victim is dead and there's no witnesses and there's no cameras and there's no evidence, then they have to just do an investigation until they can come up with evidence to figure out what crime was actually committed. Until then, we just running off the word of the only person who was there. So a lot of people just assuming like, oh, she wasn't arrested. Motherfucker, there's investigations that done went on with murder cases where the husband that murdered a bitch 10 years ago, and it took them 10 years to figure out how he did it and got away with it. And they finally catch that person. So I don't really care about that, and I'm more into street justice anyway. I don't give a fuck about if a motherfucker go to jail or not. I just want to know what happened to my friend. And I know my birthday was just December 6th. I celebrated my birthday. I hung out with my homeboy. We talked. that Wednesday about car routes before he left and went out of town. Was that Wednesday too? Whatever day it was before he went out of town. We talked, and he was in good spirits and in love with his old lady and finna go up here and make her happy. He got to get Lou right and all this shit, and he ain't never make it home. So the way I'm feeling about this shit, a lot of people don't understand what it's like to have a real friend. A nigga who ain't judging you about how much money you in your pockets or what you got going on in the streets if you dress like the rest of these niggas. A nigga who truly your friend, to lose a person who you could call and say, bro, I need 200, I'm fucked up, and they ain't gonna never call and ask for that money back because that's your real friend. I don't know if y'all know what it's like to lose somebody like that. And I've been losing motherfuckers like that in my life a lot, but Joe's just, but everybody got an opinion. Everybody has a fucking opinion. Everybody looking for something to talk about and to conversate about. And it's like, bro, if y'all really knew Joe to jump out of a fucking moving car, this man drive 18-wheelers, hold a CDL. He knows what would happen if you jump out of a fucking moving car. He knows what would happen if you jump out of a fucking moving car. I'm not jumping out no moving car. What y'all don't know is Lou. Y'all don't know his relationship with her. Y'all don't know her violent tendencies. Y'all don't know how he can say the wrong shit and shit be to punch him in his shit. But because he love her, y'all would never know that because that's his old lady. I know that because I'm his motherfucking homeboy who would have seen it and I heard these conversations. So while y'all don't hear what y'all motherfucking opinions about if she innocent or if she guilty, in my eyes, I don't give a fuck. If she was innocent or guilty, if my dog wouldn't have been up there if he wasn't trying to make you happy, he'll be home with his kids. He dead now. And in the streets, real street shit, that calls for street justice. Fuck about what no police say. Bitch, you know you ain't safe down here. You know this ain't where you want to be because, bitch, nobody don't give a fuck about no story you made up to tell people. Whatever you told them people, that's between you, them, and God. I know my own boy dead, for real deal, gone. Can't call no more and say, bro, I'm fucked up, send me 50 real quick. I got you. I'm gonna send it to you. I can't make that call. I can't say come pick me up, because bitch, I'm depressed. Let me jump in the car with you. Let's ride to South Beach. Bitch, let's go get something to eat. I can't do that. So I don't give a fuck about nobody's opinion. I don't give a fuck about how y'all feel. I don't give a fuck about what the conversation might have been that got them to this. All I know is my dog left with you and didn't make it back with you. When we go to the club, we come home together. You my girl, I'm your nigga. I protect you, you protect me. And she failed miserably. She failed the ultimate test with a nigga who would have laid down so she could step on him to get across the puddle of water. I don't give a fuck about what no police say.
Man, just coming, seeing the sign say Archer Road. It's like a heavy burden. We out here in Gainesville. I'm finna turn this camera around and let y'all see this bridge and the actual spot my nephew died in. How we know? Not through the police. You best believe my live give answers. Family seeking answers, and they coming, and every which way they coming.
For my cousin, we won't stop.
They on both sides of the bridge, but I want to come down here exactly to show y'all this bridge and where we at. My nephew was found right up in this area, right here. Now y'all see that bridge? My nephew was found right here in this area. There's no way, if he was in the middle lane and got out to the right and ended up in this second lane right here, I'm sorry, in this little foyer right here, if he ended up in this foyer, and let me be specific, with a white beater on, whatever y'all want to call, white tank top and a pair of pants, whatever y'all want to call it, there's no way that he don't got no stuff, grazes, bruises, nothing on his body. I'm gonna tell you the last moments of him under this bridge before he went unconscious. Repeat that.
If it wasn't, good.
Yeah, you on live.
Oh, Tasha, you on live.
That's right. Amen.
Hang in there.
Thank you for telling me that. Thank you for telling me that. I appreciate you. I appreciate all those people down there on both sides of the bridge standing with us.
Okay.
But this is the moment where he laid his life down at. This is where it all started at, when he became out the car under a bridge, and the bridge is right there. You can't have a tank top on. Thank you! You can't have a tank top on and a pair of pants and not no scratches. At the top of your shoulders, there was rough road debris in the back of your head. At the very high top of your shoulders. But this is the area right here where his body was found at. Not through no police that message came from. Not through no detectives that message came from. But from the first one on the scene. The first one on the scene, and we know he was on the scene because he backed it up with facts. He backed it up with evidence. January 6th, I talked to that man. You know what he said? Not one detective from Gainesville called him. Not one. It ain't even fool to go in details because my family told me not to do that. But not one detective called him. And it's so sad. It's so sad that they didn't even reach out to him. We had him call them. We had him call them. You mean to tell me this busy road and the detectives say the traffic lights only catch a person running the red light? Other than that, they don't record anything. Come on, Gainesville, y'all got to do better. Y'all got to do better. With all the lies and all the answers, we didn't accuse nobody. We said we want the truth. We want the truth. Something happened under this bridge. Something happened under this bridge. And let me tell you, if anybody got a self-conscious of a family, you would want to know answers for what happened to your family members. A tank top. My nephew ain't jumped. He wasn't on no drugs. He got a reputation where people trying to slander his name. Nicky Stokes. But guess what? He was not an alcoholic. He drove trucks for a living. He was not an abuser. If that's the case, why did a witness call the police on Kiarra Davis, a.k.a. LuLu, at the Ritz-Carlton in Miami? Why did she go to jail for jumping on my nephew public records in Miami? She been had mental issues. Don't try to give that guilt trip. You mad about a t-shirt. It ain't about no t-shirts, baby. Those shirts go for $40 and $50. Guess what? I sold that shirt for $30. The exact same price that man charged. I don't look for money, and anybody know me, that ain't my character. What I'm gonna do with a little t-shirt money? I was so happy that people was joining the cause to take a stand for justice for Dro. I got a heart. My family got a heart. We loved on the Jennings, just so you know. We was always connected all these years with our other sons, doing car washes, doing whatever it takes. We came together to make sure those boys go to rest. Why not? Why not? If you're going to tell the story, baby, tell the whole story. And to be exact, it didn't go that way and I ain't attacking nobody, but I'm going to tell it like it is. Let me tell you, our family didn't find out till 24 hours later. Our family didn't notify till 24 hours later. Why we got delayed? It happened on Saturday. It happened on Saturday. And without me trying to explain the situation, regardless of what you think, regardless of a side, it never was a side. The only thing that Davis had an issue with, we was not dealing with LuLu at all. We was not coming to grips with LuLu at all. It's our choice. But if that side decide to do that, that's fine. We got her nephew, Renee nephews out here, Renee mama out here, and guess what? They willing to take a stand and fight for answers. This is the bridge. This is the bridge in this area right here. Right here where he was found. I couldn't tell y'all that if I ain't know that. You see the top of this hill? And you see this right here? This way it was found at. He didn't jump out. I'm sorry. Gainesville, we ain't buying that. It done changed so many times. All we want is truth and answers. That's it. That's all. That's all we out here for justice for. We don't want war. We don't want chaos. We want peace. And we asking for peace. But that ain't sitting with the Davis family. That ain't sitting well with us. You can't run anything on us. It's a lot. Justice for Dro. It's a lot, y'all, for our family to deal with it. Yes, we seeking God for answers as well too. We are, but in the midst of our cry, we got to get out there and have faith. We got to get out there and push it. So it's not another cold case. It won't be he jumped out of no car with no scratches on his body. Cut it out, y'all. Cut that foolishness out. I got a heart. I'm a mother. Why would I attack or come against another mother? No way, Jose. At the end of the day, I talked to Renee the day before it happened. On the phone over 30 minutes. It's not about that. It's about my nephew and one movement. See, the division coming, and that's how it's supposed to come, to see how we're going to react. We got love for that family, and that's why we come together for that family. But one thing we ain't going to do, and we have our right, we're not dealing with no lies, and we're not having this woman in our dwelling, because at the same time, no. All you didn't do when you was over there at the hospital, John Doe that got changed over to a trauma name, and anybody who knows about the hospital, when you come in under John Doe, they already know that they will change you over to a trauma name, and you stay under that trauma name until you gotta get up out of the coma or whatever you in to go to your real name. It doesn't change like that. We don't got time for lies. We don't got time to explain. We don't got time for excuses. Let me tell you something. All we want is to see the number one goal, and that's for justice to be served for my nephew. Gainesville police out here with us. We having a peaceful protest. But one thing about it, if somebody call out car, if somebody call out this car, if somebody call out a car, you don't tell us, you don't look back. You don't look back. You keep driving. If you jumped out of the car, girl, that made it even worse. You know somebody jumped out of the car. You see that? Imagine how his daddy feels. Imagine how his daddy feels.
If you see something, say something. There's too many people out here.
We're on the corner on Archer Road at 75. In the Gainesville area, we want to support this movement. All we want is answers. We're not promoting violence. We just want to know what belongs to us, what happened. You know, my son, he didn't go from "Babe, I love you, everything" to jumping out of the car.
And it happened.
It happened like that.
We ain't accepting that at all. And then you pull off and leave them and don't even dial 911. It's not okay. That's why I say if a baby fall out of the car, is it okay to just pull off, don't dial 911? And y'all say that's love, and y'all say she hurting. How you was hurting? You drove off and somebody jumped out of the car 5 minutes up the street and waited till you saw an ambulance for you to think twice. Let me tell you something. For all y'all that said, we showed these people family love. You see this? This is Renee's blood sister. We always had love for each other. At that candlelight, Janice was out there. She loved on us. We loved on them. There's no division. LuLu, you causing that. You causing that. And it ain't gonna work. Renee can feel how she feels because you know she's vulnerable right now. But she know we got each other back down through the years. This ain't just start. This is Renee mama right here. You know why? Miss Aura Lee want answers. She right here. And then right here.
I want answers. I want to know what happened to my grandson. Because I know somebody murdered my grandson.
Come on now.
Yes, they did.
Now.
And he shouldn't have went out like that. And he wouldn't have went out like that because he loved his family. He loved his family. He wouldn't have did that. He wouldn't have hurt himself. He wouldn't have killed himself.
That's right.
No, he wouldn't have.
That's right. So you want to say something?
I just want to say we know that Dro did not jump out of a moving car. He was murdered.
Tell him the first message you got when you got the call.
And, you know, we want answers. We want justice. We want someone held accountable. We want justice. Because he shouldn't be on these T-shirts. We shouldn't be out here right now. We need answers. We need answers for him and for his children. And we need justice.
That's it. That's all. You see justice on the top of her hat? Okay, that's all we ask. This Davis and Jenny's bloodline. You see that? Davis and Jenny's out here together. Nikki Stokes, you can't come in the midst of trying to be a peacemaker, so you say it. But you really the main one trying to create chaos. It's not about that. We ain't gonna have that. This is the Jenny side. You see that? They want justice just like we want justice.
Justice Patrol, man.
You see it? That's it.
Justice, man.
That's it. We on both sides of the road. My cousin here all the way from up the road and drove down for justice for Dro. My nephew was a truck driver. At the end of the day, he wasn't a woman abuser. At the end of the day, he wasn't on no drugs to jump out of no car. We ain't buying that. We ain't going for that. He was never an alcoholic. Come on now. Put some respect on the Davis name.
Cuz didn't just die,
and
man.
This is Jennings.
That's all we hear. That's all we
on
hear.
both sides of the road. Gainesville out here with us. And then I say, them Jennings standing with us because we ain't going for that. But anyhow, I'm gonna get off of here. They on both sides, Gainesville police. They all over here. They don't have a problem with us standing, taking a stand.
Justice for Dro.
Yes, we out here.
Justice for Dro.
That's all we asking, and we gonna stand up till we get justice. Gainesville, Gilchrist police. Y'all gotta get to work. Y'all don't let too much time pass by and not doing what you need to do. Y'all don't let too much time pass by falling for the lies. It should have been an investigation from the moment it happened. December 27th. It should have been yellow tape. Call stop. An investigation start right then and there. Not on no simple fact that they was told not to do an investigation because she wouldn't do nothing to harm her son. That's the only thing we had a problem with. My brother say, no, we want an investigation. We want an autopsy. That's what we requested. Y'all moving too slow. It's not an issue. But guess what? We want answers. We want justice. And we striking. We going out until we get them peacefully. We not doing no violence. We not doing no vengeance. All we want is justice for Dro. I'll be on here later. And I thank everybody who's supporting. Not no one side or this side, but just supporting justice for Dro all together. That's all we ask. That's all we ask. That's all we deserve. Yeah, and to somebody, whomever it may be. You could change my words, all of that. Thank you, Lord, for creating me with thick skin. It's complete. The funeral gonna be on the 24th. We'll give y'all more information as to where. All of that should be coming up by Monday. But if you want to be prepared to come, we're in the Fort Lauderdale area. I got over 583 messages in my inbox. I apologize for anybody who reached out to me and I didn't acknowledge them or reach back out. I get so much things that come through. A lot of times I don't even want to open my eyes to pick up some of the stuff that comes through with between the videos and did you see this, did you see that? It ain't about me. It ain't about the Davises. It ain't about the Jennings. When I tell you it's about Tyrone Davis Jr., that's all. And it's a lot. It's a lot, and guess what? We gotta go. If you ain't got no family that got your back, if you don't know what it is to love, we love on each other. Guess what? We love on other people. We embrace other people. That's all we know. We was born like that. That's what's in our family. My brother right here, guess what?
Look at her.
He deserved that. He deserved that. When I tell y'all we don't care about nothing else, it's too much. It's too much. And that's all we asking everybody to come together and allow us. You see this lady, Nally? She done went above and beyond to try to seek answers, calling the mail, mailing letters, talking to people. And don't get me wrong, we have a lot of people that done came back with resources completely. But this is the spot. My nephew was found out with some pants on and a wife beater, tank top, and this is the actual spot. Guess what? Right there in the road. He blocked his car. The nurse dragged him in this side. So not dragged him, but brought him over here to prop his head up and try to do work on him. But the actual man who found him, that's who we talked to. And it goes deeper than that. My nephew left here grunting with a pulse until he went unconscious. And the nurse came up. And she aided on him until the ambulance that's 10 minutes in the area got here. So you mean to tell me, detective, the camera don't work unless you run the red light. There's so many businesses above. This is a busy road. My brother going on the other side. All we asking is for justice. All we asking is for justice.
This incident happened
The 27th.
Yeah,
227. He said he can go over there as long as you're not in the road. No family want to go through this. No family should have to go through this. I don't care what the issue is. If we wrong for asking for answers, Lord, take the wheel and fix it. But I hear you saying, stand. I hear you saying, keep going. I hear you saying, stand. It's not okay to push it under a rug. Not another person to have an unsolved murder in Gainesville. No. All over the world, I'm getting calls, and I say, you know what, God? I didn't ask for this assignment. Sometimes I go like Jonah the other way when I got a message to be delivered. And you know what God said? He tired of me. He tired of me. I can't run. He put me on an assignment, and I'm not backing down. I'm not backing down. There's so many people reach out to me, and I hear testimonies of their loved ones that they have unsolved cases. I hear messages saying they were killed by the girlfriend, by the wife. It happens all over the world. People are grieving. People are hungry, whether it's your dad, whether it's your brother, whether it's your sister. When I tell you people need answers, you have to get out there. And let me tell you, it's not all right to just feel like if you don't have nobody to be the voice. I don't care if it's just you. Make those calls. Still keep seeking answers. Sometimes cold cases 20 years later get solved. And God said it ain't gonna take all of that. Not in this situation. It's not gonna be all of that in this situation. Brother, you all right?
I ain't never gonna be all right.
You heard that?
I ain't never gonna be all right. Because even when we find out what happened to him, the night's still gonna be on my back. You feel me? He gone forever. All I got is memories. You know? That's a real human being, y'all.
Y'all pray for our family.
My son ain't deserve this. My son ain't go for no bit. I love you, my everything. To fucking in the street right here in this spot right here. Like a dog.
Left like a dog. Ain't look back, and you can make the excuses. Oh, if it was my man and he asked to get out the car. If it was my person, stuff happened. We understand reality happened. And like niggas say, we can even deal if it was an accident. We didn't even get that. Because one thing about it, if you put somebody out of the car and you loved them like that, you would have been right on the side of them saying, baby, get back in this car. Baby, come on, let's go. Guess what? You would have looked in that rear view mirror and you would have been watching what was going on when he got out that car. LuLu, you failed. And you lied.
And you didn't contact us.
You didn't contact us. Renee,
no
you got a call the next day. You didn't contact us either. And I asked my family to give you a pass. You drove to Gainesville 4 hours away. And then you called my mama and said he fell at the gas station and bumped his head. And now he in the hospital, brain dead. I told my family to give you a pass. They was upset you didn't even dial the number.
Come on, y'all.
You did. The very next day when you got the call or whenever you got the call, we supposed to got a call. If y'all gonna tell the story, Nikki Stokes, tell the whole story. Tell them how we extended our hand to that mother so many times to Renee, letting her know, come over, we need to get together, we need to have, she said, out her own mouth. I said, Renee, we want to go ahead and move forward and make funeral plans. And I said, we asking for you to come over so we can move on and make those funeral plans. We understood she was grieving, and we showed empathy for that. And I said, it's only one request the Davis family is asking. And that is for LuLu not coming to the funeral. And thank God it's already settled. Now she won't be coming. I'm going to say that first. But the first thing she said out my mouth, her mouth was, well, Kiarra coming. And I was like, ooh, I can't tell my family that. So I held it inside. I kept it to myself and told them. She said she'll get back with me and let me know. And in my heart, I was like, Renee, I heard what you said. That's what I told her. I heard what you said. I said, Renee, think about it. Pray about it. And I said, and then get back with me and let me know what you want to do, because we never had no problems with Renee family and our family. We always been as one. So after a few days, they asked me, well, what did she say, Tasha? I said, she didn't say nothing. I didn't hear from her. So guess what? Her time expired. We moving on. Because I couldn't tell them what she had told me. So what I did was plan a candlelight. I planned a candlelight and said, we're moving on. And then we got a call to say, why my mama ain't know nothing about this? Oh, why my mama ain't this and that? And when y'all say she's quiet, the family wasn't quiet. It was coming all through her daughter, the nonsense, the foolishness, and this and that. But I ain't even gonna give them that much power on this live. We here for one thing, so I'm gonna cut that short right now. We here for justice. We want justice, we want answers. So when your bloggers or whatever figure out what y'all want to say, it's not no one against no other. It's nothing but justice for Dro. It's nothing but Tyrone Davis. That's all what it's about. That's it. That's all. Tyrone Davis. We going how far we gotta go to the limit. We going to the top about justice for Dro. 35 years old. Guess what? And he was taken. God allowed it. But guess what? There's consequences too. There's consequences for actions that was taken. And anybody can't see that. If you got a loving heart and you got anything in you and you're not cold, you'll understand why we out here. You'll understand why we want to make this decision to stand up for all family members. That's right. The same mouth you looking at right now was the same mouth on the corner having car washes for burying the Jenny's son, Renee's son. Yeah, this family, the same family, it ain't about what you did, what we did, but we done been through them with all of them. So guess what? Ain't no backing down now. Ain't no backing down now. The funeral is the 24th. I keep saying funeral. The 24th, I'll get back y'all with answers on Well Win by Monday. But all the way from Tallahassee, thank y'all for checking in all over the world. My heart is heavy.
We do not know what happened at that cabin or what happened in the car that night, but whatever it is, the Davis family seems to be getting down to it. What I need to do is hear from you. What do you think about everything going on in this Tyrone Davis Jr. and LuLu case? Leave a comment and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. As always, thanks for watching, but before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell so you don't miss out on any of my new episodes.